And welcome, everybody. Hope you guys are having a phenomenal day. My name is Trevor, your biohacking coach and metabolic health specialist for men and women over 40. I'm super excited to have you here watching this. I'm actually here with an amazing person. His name is Brian Holowati. He is one of our clients that completed the Biohack the Fat Weight Loss System. Brian, welcome. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Good to be here.
Love it. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited to be chatting with you. You had a phenomenal 12 weeks with us. I'm just really phenomenally excited to be chatting with you. And so I just wanted to really first off talk to you about your experience in our system, how it all went, how it all worked, and just want to give a little bit of a review on your full 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Awesome,
Yeah, it
man.
was
Go
overall a
ahead.
good experience. I am 48 years old. I feel like I just finally learned how to eat and how to manage my own nutrition thanks to you. So it's been
Isn't it?
a long road.
Yeah, I totally understand it. Isn't it crazy though? You actually touched on something that is really important is that most individuals, it's unfortunate, but they haven't been taught how to properly fuel their body when they're an adult, right?
No,
And then they become like kind of like set in their ways in terms of eating certain foods, and it becomes more of a it's really challenging for them to lose weight. So that's really good.
yeah.
So interesting enough, let's rewind before you started the program. So what was life for you physically, mentally, and emotionally before you started the program? I'd love to know a little bit more about what you were doing before, what led you into our program, and basically the start of our program.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, if I were to sum it up, it's kind of a feeling of lack of control. Like I have, I'm type A in a lot of ways in my life and business and anything else I put my mind to. With health, though, I feel like I could never grasp, like I never had a good strategy where I felt like I was like really in control of either what I ate, how I felt, and really having a game plan for eating. And then, the results were accordingly. Like I was always been a bit overweight over the past, yeah, God, 25 years since college. Always just, 15, 20, 30 pounds more than what I wanted to be. And the feeling that I had with it, it was, yeah, just kind of like a failure type, you know. It was like the one thing, and this is kind of what came to the point where the one thing that I needed to change unlocks all the other aspects of my life, and it's health. It's central to everything. And I've kind of heard that. And I finally dove in and did it thanks
Yeah.
to you.
Isn't that
So,
crazy? It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we know we want to play the game of life at a higher level, but we don't know how to unlock that, right? And it's really about
yeah,
nutrition. It's all nutrition. It's all what you put in your body, right? That
100%.
that unlocks it, right? Which is really exciting because we have control, right? So you have control of everything that you put in your mouth, in your body every single day, 24/7. But that makes it the tricky thing, right? Because if you don't know what to how to properly fuel your body, you might be fueling
Hmm.
your body with the wrong things, right? And that
That's
that can
it.
suck, right?
That's it. And I
Yeah.
always used to, for me, it was always the opposite. I'm just going to work out as hard as I possibly can, sweat as much as I can, and just burn, burn, burn. But if the nutrition isn't dialed in, it's not gonna be helpful. And
No,
I
no.
actually worked out less during this program than I ever have in some ways, but I was just burning like crazy.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You
So
cannot outtrain a bad diet. Like you just can't.
yeah,
Like, it's like,
yeah,
and I talk about this a lot with men over 40 is that that you can go to the gym all day, like twice a day, three times a day. But if you're eating the wrong foods, you're never going to unlock your body's ability to use fats properly, stored fat. Right. So I love that you said you worked out less in our program, which is just beautiful because really working out is great for the body, but it has nothing to do with burning body fat. Nothing.
totally.
Right.
Yep.
So
I
so
see it
when
firsthand.
yeah, absolutely. So when did you think enough was enough? Like I have to make a change. When did that kind of like epiphany happen to you?
Over the past like 3 years, I've been building, I would say, building my mental strength. I did 75 hard. I don't know, you know the program
Yep,
well.
very
I
well.
I did that like three different times, and I got to a point where I was like doing hard things, getting comfortable doing hard things, training, pushing, 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 and I got to a point where I'm like, this is awesome. Each time I would lose a bit of weight and feel amazing, and then afterwards it would bounce back, and yeah, I would really fall off the wagon. And I fell off the wagon a couple times after, three different times. And I realized that like that's only you can do anything for a short amount of time. But if you don't have a system and a plan and a strategy for approaching everyday life, then you're not going to get anywhere. And that was kind of like I had that realization. I started doing 75 hard, I think in January, December, and then I was like halfway through it, and I was recommended to you by Ab, and it was the right thing at the right time, and I'm like, God, this is the unlock for me to get to the next level, as far as marrying doing hard things with really good nutrition strategy and a plan. If I can thread all those things together, I can be unstoppable. And it was one of those things where I'm like, I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, all this stuff right now. However, if I don't do it, I will never unlock my true potential.
Yeah.
And we made that decision on that Friday afternoon when we talked, and never looked back. It's been amazing.
I love it, man. Unlocking your true potential.
So
It's so powerful that you said that. It's such a huge thing because there's so many men over 40 that were in your situation or are in your situation right now where they're like, I want to get to that next level. I want to lose body fat. I want to feel better. I want to do more things with my life, but I feel like I'm stuck, right? And
stuck.
that's where you felt, right? You felt stuck where you couldn't push to that next level. And that's it's really about nutrition. And when we unlock that nutritional plan, that you've been following for,
Yeah.
this last 12 weeks, miracles start to happen in your body. Yeah.
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 And beyond, not
And
just your body.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
everything, right?
In my life. In my
In your
life.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, your career, business, everything
Yeah.
changes and unfolds differently. So I love it. It's really good. And so talk to me about your experiences, like in terms of like how much weight did you lose over the 12 weeks? Talk to me a little bit about the meal plans and how that all worked. I'd love to know a little bit more about where you were at the start of the program, in the middle, and kind of finishing at the end.
Sure. Sure. And for me, it was, the weight was important, and that was a goal, but it was really like the feeling I've been chasing. And now I've achieved it. And I'm still not there. Like I still have some goals ahead of me, but it was about the feeling. So whenever people would be like, "Oh, how much did you lose?" and things like that, I almost felt like a little weird about it because it was not even about that. But metrics are important, and you taught me, weighing every meal, like every single aspect was like scientific and planned out. And then there's no guesswork, and it's easy to follow. So
Mm.
that part was good. And so I'm saying all this for a reason, because this was also an excuse in my life in the past. It was like, oh, I don't want to count calories, I don't want to weigh myself. Like it's not about that, and that can become a big fat excuse as well. So you taught me it's like measure what matters, and like really really have things dialed in by the macronutrient, right? And so I was 269 and a half when I started 75 hard, and I lost 20 pounds. So I got down to 249 and a half. And that's when you and I started working together. And then on average, I think I would lose about 3.5 to 4 pounds a week. So it was pretty
Like consistent.
aggressive. And it was just the consistency of the program was amazing. It just kind of shed right off. And
Yeah.
so I weighed myself last week was 212.
Phenomenal.
So yeah, what, 30,
38 and a half
37,
pounds.
30. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So feeling pretty damn good. And my goal is my original goal was 210, but then I'm like, I think I can get to 200. So I'm pushing for that in the next month
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
to
It's
get to
totally doable.
200.
Once you get that your body into the swing of things and get fat adapted, your body can start utilizing stored fat really fast. And the more efficient it
Yeah,
becomes to use stored fat, so it's going to be really simple to get down to 200 pounds. It's just another 12 pounds to go, and you're there. It's not that won't be too difficult. But that's
totally.
awesome. I really that's a
Yeah,
really great way of showing that data matters. I always tell my clients, bring the data, not the drama. Like it's data is
yeah,
key.
yeah.
Especially when it comes to what's happening internally. Like we have to test glucose and ketones. We've got to figure out what's happening internally. And that really is the key. And once you get that data all in place, we know, okay, so, glucose is a little high, so this is what we got to do. Or, ketones are dialed in, so that's perfect. Now let's go to the next level, right? So it's always about looking at the data, not just the number on the
Yeah.
scale, but by those biomarkers like glucose and ketone levels. And then we can go from there. And super, super, super impressive that, you kind of come around and said, I need to know the data. Like maybe, 3 or 4 months ago I didn't, but now I need to know. I need to weigh my food. I need to know the macro.
Yeah.
I need to know the data. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
That's been,
Phenomenal. Really, really cool. I love it. Good, good, good on that. So you lost 38.5 pounds. What surprised you the most about the program? I would love to know a little bit more about, maybe expectations coming in and then obviously what kind of surprised you most about how the system worked.
yeah, I would say the biggest thing is kind of unwinding like it has to be painful. The idea that it has to be painful. And it's like, David Goggins is like, you just push through it, just fight, fight, fight. It's going to be painful. You're going to feel terrible and but you're going to lose weight. It's not that. Like you can actually feel nourished. You can feel good. You can actually feel sharp. Like I used to have a lot of brain fog and like that's all gone completely. And like I've been sharp. I've been like on my game and losing weight at the same time. So it's like, it's not either or, and that was the coolest surprise for me.
That's awesome. I love that you said that because you're absolutely right. We've been programmed to think that we need to suffer in order to lose weight, right? Or to get to
Yeah,
our goal weight or whatever it is, right? But it's just the opposite. You need to feel
right.
good, right? Like internally, your body needs to feel, I call it feeling safe. Your body needs to feel safe. If it feels there's something happening like a caloric deficit or you're pushing the body too much with exercise or whatever the case may be, we're
Yeah,
genetically programmed to increase cortisol production, which can actually spur the body into more of an inflammatory state or more of a adrenal state
yeah,
or adrenal state where you've essentially become frightened, right? Where your body becomes a little bit more frightened, like especially when it comes to losing body fat, and it will not actually start to lose body fat the correct way, right? And
yeah,
you'll start
yeah,
becoming inflamed. Glucose levels will come up, cortisol levels will come up, and your body's going to rebound. It's like I always explain to it, it's like a teenager, right? For those of you watching, if you have teenagers at home, or Brian, for your kids, you say, okay, you're going to come home at you have a curfew. You're going to come at 10 p.m. That's it. No later, or else you're grounded. Your teenager is going to look at you like, what are you talking about, Dad? I'm not coming home at 10. I'm coming home at like 2, 3 in the morning, right? So that's the thing, right? If you're pushing the body to the point where it's going to rebel, it's going to fight back.
hmm hmm
Right? So,
yeah,
so
yeah. And that
definitely,
was that was eye opening for me
yeah,
because I was always like, I can do hard things for a short amount of time and just push through, but like it's not going to be sustainable for your life. And like I'm I'm 48. I want a plan that I can use for the long term,
yeah,
and
yeah,
feel good
exactly.
about it, not be hangry every day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something we don't want, right? I don't want you to be hungry. I don't want
No.
you to be like feeling like, oh my God, I'm starving my body. Like I don't feel good. That's going to lead to deprivation. And over time, that's going to lead to binging, right? So you're going to, starve, 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 starve. And
Yeah.
you're going to like, oh my God, I need like chocolate. I need this, this. So you're going to like start to binge, right? And
Yeah.
we have that up and down roller coaster, which everybody has gone through, which is not what we want. We want obviously sustainable way of losing weight. And that's what it is all about. It's about doing this for the rest of your life, not just for, 3 months or 4 months or whatever it is. It's got to be sustainable. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really cool. So tell me a little bit about how this transformation has impacted your life. I know you've talked about it a little bit here, but how's it impacted your health, your confidence, family life? How's it impacted your mindset?
Yeah, I mean, mindset first, it's one of those things that it's been a challenge whenever you overcome a challenge. It's like anything I put my mind to, I can do now. And this was the one thing that felt out of reach my whole life. So it's kind of a bit of a mountaintop moment where I'm like, yeah, I got it. I got it dialed in. I have control. And that has given me confidence in, all the other aspects of my life, I would say. And then just the energy, I pop up out of a chair and like I'm going, and I'm always, I vowed when I had kids, I have an 8-year old and an almost 4-year old. I'm like, they will never outpace me with energy.
Mm,
Like that's my goal. Like no way. And to this day, we go on trips and whatever. It's like they're gonna fall asleep before me as far as activities and everything else. So it's like I want that energy and I want that vitality, and I feel like it. I'm making it happen now. I mean, even we went to Disneyland a couple months ago, and I was in the middle of a 24-hour fast, and like it didn't skip a beat. I felt great the whole time. We walked probably 10 miles that day, and it was great.
Love it.
So it's just becoming very complimentary to the life I want to live.
Yeah. That
It's
24-hour
probably the
fast, by
biggest
the
thing.
way, 24-hour fasts are so powerful. Hey, like it's just like it's a game changer. I find like a day fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And drank a ton of water during the day, had a coffee, and felt pretty good.
That's awesome, man. I love how it's
Yeah.
impacted. I love how it's positively impacted your mindset, because that's a huge thing, right? Like once you start to feel better mentally, it really is a cascade effect to the rest of the areas of your life,
Everything.
your family,
Everything.
energy, everything. It's just kind of it's all encompassing, right? So it's really cool, man. It's really awesome that you said that.
My friend brought up that it's this whole the phrase the unlock. It's the unlock that unlocks every other aspect of
Hmm.
how I want to live.
Yeah.
And it has been that for me. So
Yeah, it's so
it's been
true,
cool.
man. Definitely. I love it.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's really good. Now, as we wrap up everything, I'd love to just know a little bit more about what you would say if you had actually talked to somebody who's on the fence and say, listen, this looks like a really good program, but I don't know if it's really for me, or maybe they're thinking, hey, I don't know if I can really do this. Like, what would you say to somebody that, is kind of on the fence and says, I'm not really sure?
Yeah. I would I a lot of misconceptions. I would address a lot of the misconceptions that are out there. Most guys, I think, are educated to believe that you just have to work out harder and sweat more. And I would really dig deep and do some research and talk to you about just kind of how nutrition is way more important than just brute force working out. So it's like looking at those things, and then also just realizing how important it is to longevity, vitality, all of these things, and like what the benefits are. This bit of commitment, financial time, etc. This little bit of commitment gives you all of these other benefits, and it becomes a nominal thing. The time I spend cooking meals, the time and money and all of these things are just a fraction of what's possible when you hit that um the end of the program,
Yeah,
that type of thing.
this is so good.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but
100% makes sense.
yeah, yeah, okay,
The return on investment, the return on your time, it's just that you're just going to put a small amount of the investment, the time in, and you're going to, like you said, unlock everything in your life, and you're going to get to that next level. It's like one of the things where it's like we're scared to make that sometimes, and speaking just generally, we're scared to make that in time investment or that financial investment because like, oh my God, what if this doesn't work out? But it's like those small things, those small investments are just like you said, nominal. They're not huge, but they unlock the
yeah,
rest
yeah.
rest of your life. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Even 75 hard and this program, obviously there's no alcohol. I grew up socially having alcohol and things like this, and like I'm now looking at everything in my life. If it doesn't serve me and add to my life, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like I'll probably never go back to having alcohol again. And like it's just, same thing. I'll never go back to eating in the way I used to eat. It just doesn't serve me. I'm sleeping, I sleep better than I ever have. I have more energy and everything else. So it's like,
Yeah.
why would I ever mess that up
Exactly. Just
now?
release it from your life and never look back.
Yeah,
Okay? Like burn the bridges on
right.
that one. Like I'm so glad. Like I'm not. For me, alcohol. There's just no reason why I would go to that. Right. There's no reason why I would eat carbs or processed foods anymore. It doesn't serve me mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Why would I bring that back into my life? But this is the way that I vowed that I'm gonna for yourself too, and to do this for the rest of my life. Eat this way for the rest of my life because it serves me to that higher purpose. So I can serve more people. So I can make myself the best version of myself so I can serve
That's
others
it.
and be with my family and like love everybody that needs that, right? So that that's a huge thing for you. That's big.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So thanks, man. I owe you.
Hey man, it's been such a pleasure coaching you. You've been such a phenomenal client. I loved working with you, Brian. You got amazing results, and really your testament to that is going to help so many other men over 40. So I really appreciate you coming on here, sharing your experiences and sharing how you feel about the program. Thank you so much again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Take
You're
care,
very
Trevor.
welcome. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me and Brian. I really appreciate that. If you want more information, this is what I would suggest you do. Head over to www.biohackthefat.com, and then you can register for a free weight loss strategy session with myself, where you and I can just jump on a Zoom. We can go through everything together. And if you and I feel like we're a good fit to work together, then we get you started in our system, and you'll get the same type of results that Brian has gotten. All right. So make sure to go to that website. Till next time, guys, keep biohacking your fat, and we'll chat with you guys soon. Okay. Bye for now.